Hi everyone, welcome to Jules Reads. I am Jules. This is my weekly reading recap for April 7th, 2024. In these videos, I like to talk about books I might have finished reading, books I'm currently reading, any sort of books I might want to read, and any sort of books I bought. I do have, I think 7 books I did buy this week. So I will share those with you, and then any sort of personal plans and anything like that. Let's get into it. I also have a couple favorite things I want to talk about just because I use them today. I haven't been getting ready very much because of my mom having cancer and living with us, just kind of wearing my sweats, working from home, and taking care of her and my dad. So I used a few things today to get ready for filming, and I was like, I forgot how much I love these, so I just want to share with you a couple favorite things. But let's get started with the books, because that's probably why you're here. I do also like to talk about things I might have watched on TV, movies, and TV shows, that sort of thing. I have a lot that I actually want to watch. I have a huge list. I keep writing things down I want to watch. I'm like, there's a lot of things I need to watch, but I tend to kind of get distracted looking at YouTube, or just a lot of things going on in my brain right now, as you can imagine. So it's kind of hard to focus on a TV show, but I have watched a few. So let's get started with the books. I had hoped to finish 2, and those 2 are Dead in Dublin by Katie Murphy. I'm not quite done yet. I'm halfway through. Like I said, I have not done a ton of reading this week. And this one I mentioned in a previous video, but I found it at Barnes & Noble at, this was in February, so there was like a whole display for St. Patrick's Day, so Irish March, and this was on there. And I don't normally buy mass market paperbacks, but I thought it looked cute, looks like a cozy mystery, and that's exactly what it is. There's some good humor in it. I'm enjoying it, and it's a series, so this is something that, it's not incredible writing, but I'm having a good time. So that's exactly what I wanted. And it is a murder mystery, like I said, and it's a woman who, I believe her name is Megan, and she is an American, but she's been living in Dublin for 3 years. She's a limousine driver, and she has her normal, regular clients that she drives around, and one of them passes away right in the first chapter, and so it's that mystery of how she passed away. And there's also these cute little dogs that come into play, which reminds me of Bridesmaids when what is her name? Melissa McCarthy's character adopts all those dogs, so that reminded me of that. And then, but I will just give you a sneak peek into my haul, is because I bought the second book. It's called Death on the Green, and I mean, come on, like, you had me at Ireland, so I'm enjoying it. I should finish this up this week, and I should for sure finish at least 2 books this week. I'm a little behind, but life. Also, go Hawkeyes. So right now it is 12:50 in the afternoon on Sunday. They play at 2 p.m. Central Time, so I have about an hour to get this posted before it starts. So maybe by the time you see this, you already know the outcome. And they are playing South Carolina in the national championship, so it might be a little bit of a stressful afternoon. We shall see. But go Hawkeyes. I'm originally from Iowa, and our whole family is Hawkeye fans, so we are super excited and pumped about watching that. Back to books. Another one I think I'm doing the audiobook, and I think I have just an hour and a half left, is The Tattooist of Auschwitz. And this is really good. There's some things I never would have thought of taking place in concentration camps, just even among the prisoners, like kind of discrimination within the prisoners. I was like, I never even thought about that. But this is really well written. It's hard to listen to, but it's so well written that I kind of want to say it makes it easier to digest. And the audio is fantastic. I highly recommend the audio. His voices, he doesn't do a ton of different voices, but the ones that he does do are fantastic. So I highly recommend the audio. This will be a TV show coming out soon, so that is why I put this at the top of my priority to read, so I can watch that show after reading this. This is based on a true story, and it is a love story that takes place in a concentration camp. The main character is Lally, and he is a Jewish person that has to tattoo the prisoners as they come into camp. So it is about that journey, and oh, it's rough, as you can imagine, but really enjoy the writing. I definitely think this is going to be a 5-star read for me. And I love the deckled edges and the flaps. So that is another one I'm currently in the middle of. I imagine I'll finish those up in the next couple days. Knock on some wood, because whenever I say that, I don't finish books. Rules for Vanishing, I haven't even gotten that much further than the last time I updated you, so I'm not going to really talk about too much. This is by Kate Alice Marshall, and this is, I think, young adult, and it's a mystery, kind of a little bit supernaturally. There's some mixed media elements to it, interviews, and I like it. It's a very quick read, easy, and I should be able to finish that within the next couple weeks. Let's just say that. The other one I started this week, because it is our In Real Life Book Club pick, is Tom Lake by Ann Patchett. And this book I'm doing on audio because we pick a theme for each month. For the person that picked the book for that month picks the theme for the next month for the next person, and they picked audiobook. So we're all listening to it on audio, and it is narrated by Meryl Streep. So that is fun. I did read previously this year The Dutch House by Ann Patchett, and it was narrated by Tom Hanks. So I mean, look at her getting all the big fancy Hollywood people. And as you can imagine, Meryl Streep does a wonderful job. And this, I'm not even quite sure, I'm not that far into it, what it's about yet. I believe it takes place in Michigan. It's about a family and kind of the daughters looking back at growing up with their mom. I'm not quite sure. I will give you more of an update next week and the week after as to what it is about, but I'm enjoying it so far. I feel like Ann Patchett is just kind of slice of life type writing. There's not a true like mystery or anything. It's just a literary fiction type book. What I want to read is just finishing those books. So I don't have anything planned that I'm like looking back. I have a mirror in front of me, and so I'm looking at my books. I'm like, there's nothing that I have to read for book club or anything. So I don't know what's next. I'm definitely a mood reader. I like to just go to my bookshelves and look around and see what's calling to me. I actually do want to read The Body by Stephen King. It's up there. That is what the movie Stand By Me is based on. Let me look at my notes. Okay, so let's talk about the books I hauled. I'm not sure if I want to do a monthly haul video because it's a little excessive, so I'm not sure that I need to show that. But as I showed you, I have Death on the Green by Katie Murphy, but I do really like how I was showing the books, reading the first couple sentences, and also showing you the book more close up. So let me know if you like that, the few people that watch my videos. Okay, so that one, and then this one I had heard about in the New York Times, which, speaking about the New York Times, I'll insert some footage here. There was a huge 3-page kind of spread on Stephen King, which is my favorite author. So if you're interested in that, I would highly recommend reading that. The first page is more so about his first novel, Carrie, and then the next page is about different authors and people like that, actors, talking about Stephen King and how they came to know and love him, his work and what their favorite works are, that sort of thing. And then the last page is where to begin with Stephen King. If you're new to Stephen King, here's where you should start. Do you like scary? Do you not like scary? And they said that first place in general to start is Salem's Lot. I think that was his second book, not his first, but Salem's Lot is a good place to start. And if you don't like scary, start with 11/22/63. And if you like scary, start with Pet Cemetery. I think that's what it said. Great article. If you're into Stephen King, you might want to read that. So this is The Road from Belhaven, a novel by Margaret Lousery. And I have no idea what it's about. I saw it in the New York Times, and it takes place in Scotland. I think that was why I got it. Don't know anything else. This one I really don't know anything about. It's called Edge of Collapse by Kyla Stone, USA Today best-selling author. I believe this is a series. Let me just read some of it. It's the Edge of Collapse series, book 1. In the middle of winter, the world goes dark. No power, no transportation or phones. The country is plunged into instant chaos. But for 26-year-old Hannah Sheridan, it's the best day of her life. For the last 5 years, she's been held captive by a sadistic psychopath until the EMP releases the lock of her prison. Oh, that sounds interesting. Ooh, and I like it has a bigger font. Yes. This next I just have to share. These 3 came in the same package, and they all have the matte cover, which I love. But listen, a little ASMR. That brought me so much joy, you have no idea. This is a library at Mount Char, and I really don't know anything about this. I had a friend recommend it to me. Carolyn knows she's a little bit odd, but she figures that's only natural when she spent her life locked away in an infinite library, forced to study at the feet of the man who might be God. She's seen her share of terrible things in those years, even died a few times herself. Oh, okay. That sounds fun. That is by Scott Hawkins. This is The Talented Mr. Ripley by Patricia Highsmith. And I love the movie. I've loved it for many years. And now with the new TV show coming out, I really wanted to read it. And it kind of reminds me of the new TV show. The new TV show is in black and white. So that cover kind of reminds me. But it's not a TV adaptation cover, I don't think. So I'm excited to read that, and if you don't know about The Talented Mr. Ripley, I highly recommend watching the movie. I'm not a person that feels like you have to read a book before you watch the movie. I just feel like, I don't know. I just don't feel that way. But a lot of people really feel like you have to read the book first. And I also don't always think the book is better. A lot of times I feel like the movie or TV show is better. An example for me personally is The Help. I thought the movie was amazing and I was bored in the book. And I'm trying to think of anything else that I thought that. I can't think of anything right now. But anyway, let's move along to Tiny Beautiful Things by Cheryl Strayed. As you might have saw last week, I bought Wild. I think it's over here somewhere. And I watched the movie Wild recently, and I saw that this is also a TV show, so I thought I would pick this up as well. It looks like this was a Reese's Book Club pick, which makes sense because Reese Witherspoon was in the movie Wild. And I think this might be nonfiction. I think it's her advice column. It says, advice from Dear Sugar. So I think it's a advice column that she did. I heard it can be repetitive, but I was just interested to look into that. This one I've heard for a number of years now, at least a couple years, I think, about this book. But I believe it was first self-published. I'm not sure. I don't really know a lot about it. I'll read a little bit on the back for you, but it has huge ratings on Goodreads. The Extraordinary Life of Sam Hill by Robert Dugani. What does this say? Oh, The Extraordinary Life of Sam Hill. Well, his name is Sam Hill. That's a little bit Demon Copperhead. Which Demon Copperhead came after. So, anyway, Sam Hill always saw the world through different eyes, born with red pupils. He was called Devil Boy by his classmates. God's will is what his mother called his ocular albinism. Her words were of little comfort, but Sam persevered, buoyed. This is why I shouldn't read on camera. By his mother's devout faith, his father's practical wisdom, and his 2 other misfit friends. Sam believed it was God who sent Ernie Cantwell, the only African-American kid in his class, to be the friend he so desperately needed, and that it was God's idea for Mickey Kennedy to storm into Our Lady of Mercy like a tornado, uprooting every rule Sam had been taught about boys and girls. Oh. not at all what I thought it was going to be about. It's kind of a big chunker book, floppy, so I'm excited to read that as well. What did I watch? Like I said, I watched the Talented Mr. Ripley this week. My husband watched it with me as well. He was not a fan. He has watched it before, but I just don't think he likes the dark, twisty kind of stuff, and I just love that. So I asked him if he wanted to watch the new TV show Ripley, and he said no. So I will be watching that on my own soon. And then I watched, this might be one as well, Where the Crawdads Sing. Now, I watched that this week, the movie. Now, I don't think it's Daisy Edgar-Jones' best performance. I loved her in Normal People, and I loved her in Fresh. If you like sort of the horror genre, you have to watch Fresh on Hulu. Fantastic. She was good in that. I don't think it's her best performance in Where the Crawdads Sing, but overall, I really enjoyed that movie. And I feel like it was better than the book. So, those are just some of the things I watched. I didn't really watch anything else. I was kind of just a lot going on in our personal life with taking care of my folks, so tuning out on YouTube. I watch a lot of booktube videos and obviously watched the Hawkeyes play Friday night. And yeah, what we did this week, we played trivia on Monday night. We got second place out of 9 teams. Our friend that usually joins us, it's usually us 3, her daughter actually joined us as well. So that was nice to have another generation of knowledge who she knows the younger music, that sort of thing. So that was fun. So we did get second place, but there's just one team that beats us every time. They know, I think sometimes they've gotten like, haven't missed a question. We're like, I don't know who can do that. Not us. All right, plans this week. I'm not sure if we'll do trivia. My mom hasn't been feeling well at all. So I'm not sure if we will get to trivia this week. And other than that, it's just, I really want to read and I really want to watch these shows that I want to watch. Let me tell you what shows are on my list that I want to watch. Where did I put that list? Tiny Pretty Things, which I mentioned. So One Day is a movie that was maybe 10 years ago, and I never watched it, never read the book, but my friend said it was really good. It's really sad, apparently. It takes place in this couple's life, and it shows one day in their life over 20 years, and they just made a new TV show based on it as well, I think on Netflix. So I want to just watch, I want to read, I want to watch all of that. And then, oh, is it called Odd Things with Emma Stone? I want to watch that. My husband does not want to watch that either. I want to watch Ripley. And then I want to watch that movie about the Andes plane crash disaster. I want to watch that one on Netflix. It's been out for a while, but I really want to watch that. So if you have anything I should add to this list, let me know below. I'm still watching Three Body Problem. It's not really holding my interest, but I do want to finish it because I've heard that it gets better. I'm not sure if that's the right word. So I want to finish that. What else did I don't think I watched anything else. So there's that. And then, so just a couple favorite things that I want to talk about based on actually taking a shower today. Okay. This is Organic Magic Balm from Dr. Bronner. And this is great for really dry hands. And it's like a balm. I'm going to put some on now that I'm done touching all these books. It's like a balm that you just kind of dip your fingers in. And then I just rub it on my hands. And then I'll rub it into my cuticles as well. And what it made me think about this is I have one cuticle that's really bad. And so I've been trying to put some cuticle oil on it and all that. And I'm like, oh yeah, I have that stuff that is really awesome. It is a little greasy, so I wouldn't go handling a bunch of books after you put this on. I'll just leave these sitting here for a little bit. But I do feel like it really helps. And I'll just put this on in the evening. Sometimes I just keep adding it while watching TV. And if you're like me, I'm 49. So, you know, dry skin is becoming more and more of a problem. So I really enjoy that. And the other thing is I used today, and a little goes a long way. I used too much this morning, and that is the coconut miracle oil. It's a really cool bottle. This is actually a little bottle. It's not very big. I would just put a little dab, and I just put it on damp hair and kind of rub it through the ends. I wouldn't put it in your roots at all because it will make it look oily, which is what happened to me. And now I'm rubbing my hair with that balm. So I wouldn't put too much on, but if you have kind of dry ends and whatever, you can put it on when it's dry as well, just to kind of make the ends look a little shinier. You can do that as well. So there are a couple favorite things. I don't normally talk about that kind of stuff, but I like to. I do something for my friends where I will do my yearly favorites of everything. So I like talking about that. Anyway, I think I've rambled, and yeah, I am going to get ready for the game, get this video up hopefully before the game starts. Go Hawkeyes! And sorry to anyone who's watching from South Carolina, if you are. For the 20 people that watch my videos, maybe somebody's from South Carolina. But go Hawkeyes, and hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you soon.